What are your vibes going into the new year?
Oh, I like that better.
Too many vibes.
Too many vibes.
I don't know what that
Too
means.
many vibes.
Too many.
What does a vibe mean?
It's a feeling.
Boomer.
You've never been vibe checked, I see.
I know what a vibe is, like vibe going forward. Like I can think of my current vibe, but
What is your vibe about this year? Do you feel optimistic about this year? Do you feel pessimistic?
That's
Or
not
yeah.
not, and
That's
why?
not a vibe. That's a feeling. A vibe.
optimistic, man.
A
Oh
Always.
vibe
my
is like
gosh.
atmosphere. It's just the existence of which you are in.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Boomers.
Answer a question about your existence.
I mean, we usually do that, though, don't we?
Yes, but we usually narrow the question about the existence into one that's comprehensible.
Well, no,
so
but it's
that
the
someone
it's.
can answer.
Is it fair to say it's kind of an aspirational vibe?
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
what's your driving force? What is the vibe that is in your fuel tank?
Oh, that is a
Uh-huh.
very different question from what is the vibe
Yeah.
moving into the new year.
That could be the difference between like us, though.
Because aspirational vibe, that just sounds like a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Oh, so you mean like you walk into this new year and you like it's like a dark room and you like sniff the air and you're like smells
Yeah.
like rotting meat in here. Like,
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
vibe.
I think
Smells like billions dead.
It's like when you play a song and you like set the mood, that's a vibe. So like what is your vibe going into the new year? You can
Okay,
usually
okay, I've actually got
abstract.
I've got a pretty good answer to this one actually.
yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2. It's like
Oh, no.
I sense the narrative is not going to be exactly escalating, but it will be becoming more complex and more like solidly meaningful.
Very good.
Okay.
I'd like to say that I was like, oh, good.
complex I can agree with.
I was just thinking, oh, good. Somebody else is answering it, so I get an idea of like how I should answer this question. And then Paul answered with that, and I have absolutely no clue now.
Yeah.
No,
My
I do
answer
want to
could-
step in here and take the mic a little bit and say I used to get really specific vibes for a year, like this year will be a year of great curses and stuff like that. But like I've like transcended the regular scale that I use to measure the years with, and so everything has been like infinite like possibility since then.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
well, because the last few years have been like exponentially unexpected.
Yeah.
So it's like to place a too dominantly positive or negative expectation on
Yeah.
a year is like it just doesn't feel like it will be accurate. Like in the past I felt, oh, you can jinx a year by saying this is going to be a great year and then it's bad or whatever. But like now it's just like you can't have that kind of binary expectation for the year. Like everybody understands that now because the last few years were so like varied and strange. Like you can call them outright bad, I guess. But they were just unexpected.
Well, yeah,
mostly.
like I was like weirdly sick for most of last year, but also I got married last year. So like, what's that? You know, it's a
Yeah.
it's an advancement of narrative. It's not good or bad.
Fair enough.
Well, as if Ryan wasn't confused enough, my answer is even more confusing.
I feel like
Alright.
vibes are vague.
I walked into the new year with like a detached feeling that I would describe as like wind whistling through an empty tunnel. So, you know, take that with what you will.
Oh, that
Aesthetic.
works. Yeah,
That's a
that
vibe, everybevery.
I was there when the year changed for you. So yeah, that was kind of what you were.
Yeah, it still is.
My vibe, it's kind of fitting because I posted about the vibe yesterday on Facebook. So my vibe is actually pretty good, but it's like very motivated. Particularly the vibe yesterday, and was very like aspirationally positive. I would say it was like pure high octane, like jet fuel. Like, yeah, we can fucking do this. Like, we're gonna succeed. And I don't know who we is. I think it's humanity, but that's also part of the vibe.
Huh.
I want yours to come true and not my weird whistling tunnel.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, my vibes tend to be more focused on my individual character arcs because I'm selfish and small-minded
Yeah.
than the rest of
Well,
humanity. Like,
yeah. Well, you know, it's just one of those things where I was like, I think I can do really well this year. And I think that if I can do really well this year, like, who the fuck am I? I'm a, you know, like, then I think everybody can do well this year, and that we all deserve a year where we all do as good as we can, you know. Yeah, because
Keep
yeah,
pushing
it's
those
been really
vibes
hard to be that
outward
way.
because I need some of those vibes.
Yeah, I will put those vibes in that way. I appreciated the mysterious vibe energy of your vibe,
Thanks.
but I also just want to put my vibe out there as well.
I want your vibe. Let's trade.
I will be the hollow tunnel with Win. Johnny.
Oh, all right. My vibe is, well, I'm like an invalid. Like I have MS or something, and I'm in a wheelchair going down a long, twisty slide, like a slip and slide, that eventually ends in a glorious peace.
That sounds
Glori-
ominous.
wait, did
A
you
glorious-
say feast or peace?
A glorious peace, like your end.
Are you dying?
I mean,
Yeah,
that
are you okay?
Like is that you die and enter bliss, or is that like you roll out into like a pretty field, and butterflies?
yeah, I feel like either option is at the end.
Yeah, I feel like
Oh,
the
no.
way you presented that was either like a positive interpretation of that was like you roll out and you're fine outside of everyone's expectations for that situation, and it's nice and pretty, or you like roll straight off the slide into traffic.
No. I'm going to get to, no, you understand, I'm going to get to the bottom. But the problem is I'm in a wheelchair and I don't have perfect control of that. And so I'm like bumping around on the sides and just barely keeping on track the whole way down. But yeah, I'm not going to fall off.
This
yeah, it's
vibe
like
You
feels
fall over.
this vibe feels cancelable.
This vibe feels chaotic.
I'm concerned that he's like, are you like? I'm sorry.
No.
We'll ask about it later.
It's
Are
like-
you
it's like-
okay?
Yeah, man, I'm great.
A person in a wheelchair just sliding down a slide to their death.
It's a very distressing image.
I'm hearing,
Okay,
I'm
forget
hearing
death.
like
Let's
music
assume
from,
not
like
death.
Initial D playing too.
Okay, so he
Let's
just
assume
clarified
not
that
death.
it's not
Let's
death.
assume the other side of that. Like, no, actually, life's gonna end up really cool, but I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
bump around a whole lot on the way and
Right,
not
right.
have
I feel
perfect
like
control
life
of
is
it.
kind of
I
just
feel better
taking you,
now.
like by the handles and just kind of throwing you forward, and you have no control over it.
I have
Yeah,
a little
right-
control.
right
now
now.
I'm picturing a bunch of pillows at the bottom, and that makes
Yeah.
me feel better.
Yeah.
I have a
Like, we
little
can-
He has
control.
no control, but eventually he'll make it to a
Yeah.
place that will be secure.
It's like that stupid on Sonic Frontiers, that one little mission where you're running forward, but you keep hitting these things that make you slide, like, really weird. Except when you learned that you just need to ignore those things and jump over the boosters, and you just make it through fine.
All right. Anyway,
Solid vibe.
Well, Ryan,
yeah,
did that help?
How am I supposed to follow?
Well, wait, Krista first.
I
'cause
Yeah,
I want to
Krista,
hear
you-
his last.
you-
I need
Definitely
to
go
my
that.
vibe. All right, my vibe. I have a vibe of this like immense potential, like I guess from like within me that like I haven't achieved yet, but I feel like I'm slowly achieving it, little by
Yeah.
little. I don't know if
Ooh.
that. trying to think. Is that a vibe?
Yeah, that is a vibe.
Yeah, I think that's.
I've had that vibe.
I love
I've
that
had that vibe
I'm like,
recently,
I feel
and
like
I like that vibe.
I have so much potential that I don't know if that's a vibe for the year. That's a vibe how I felt about myself for the upcoming year.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah, it's
That's
going
okay.
into the new year, the vibe that you feel.
I was like, I feel
not,
like
not
I
what's
am
gonna happen, you know?
reaching. I feel like I'm more capable than I had been in the past at certain things, but I feel like I still have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Once again,
That's
I would like to trade vibes, please.
I've got a Kingdom Hearts
Alright.
2 sitting around. Anybody want a Kingdom Hearts 2?
Going once, going twice. Not sold.
I
'cause
haven't played
nobody
Kingdom
fucking
Hearts 2,
wants
so
it.
I don't know what that means. So I'm scared of it. But
I mean, it's a pretty good game.
I've only played the first one.
I have the whole collection. I've never played them. Should I?
I technically
Yeah, they're
started
great.
Kingdom Hearts 2, but
They
I
sound-
didn't really get past like the first cutscene.
I'm just hearing the backwards singing in that song.
I feel like you could play them, but an unplayed set of all the Kingdom Hearts games, or at least unplayed by you personally, feels like something valuable that you may need to trade to an Archfey Lord at some point. Yeah. Well, Ryan, what's the vibe?
So this year it was weird because it's like at the beginning of this year I did not feel the way, but if you've ever kind of just sat outside in like kind of cool weather, but it was sunny with a nice cool breeze, and listened to Concerning Hobbits from Lord of the Rings,
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
it's just like
Valid.
at the beginning of this year I did not feel anything like it, but it's a cautious optimism, I think.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That it's kind of like,
Like a hope for peace.
yeah, and it's like, the beginning of this year and the end of last year was super stressful with work and stuff. So like when I woke up on New Year's Day and had that moment, I actually had that moment outside my friend's house, and it was like, okay,
That
This
is
is
an
interesting.
immaculate vibe.
That's a
I just gotta
vibe.
say,
It
that
was
is an
vibe.
immaculate vibe.
Congratulations,
like-
you described a vibe.
Like
thank you very
I would
much.
like I'm surprised I don't see that vibe like recommended as like behavioral therapy.
Do it.
Sit
It's great.
outside in nice weather playing Concerning Hobbits.
It's great. It's try it
Like,
next time there's a
maybe
nice
little
day.
chill weather with like some cocoa and
Listen,
Discerning
next time, like you can do it so many different ways, but next time in the middle of winter you randomly get a warm day, just do it. Just go outside and listen to it.
I have a question. What is Concerning Hobbits?
Oh,
Oh my
what's
god.
wrong with you?
I don't know what that
It's one
is.
of the, it's
So,
one of the
this
songs
is
in the
why your
soundtrack of
vibe-
Lord of the Rings.
It's
Oh, it's a
this
song.
is why your vibe is a
So wait,
hollow
is it just
tunnel
the name of a
wind
song?
blowing
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
later
that's all
on,
you guys
look it
had to
up.
say. I don't know the names of the soundtrack.
It's the
Right,
music
no,
piece.
fair enough.
The first, when you first see Hobbiton in the first Lord of the Rings movie, that's it. It's a very peaceful.
Oh, I love that song. Okay, see, I have the
Yes.
extended
Yeah.
edition, but I don't know the name of all the songs on the soundtrack.
Get a load of
Yeah,
this.
fair enough.
I will say, I completely
Don't you dare
concur-
say I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, because I will fight.
I'll tell you, I completely agree with Ryan. The past few years, I've been finding my happy places. Like, I love to go outside. If I can get high, like on a mountain, great. But say I find
Whoa, hi.
oh, hush you. I find
No, I was like, excuse me?
like a warm day, and if I can find a flowing stream and just stick my feet in it and look at nature,
Mhm.
I could stay there for hours.
If I could find a warm stream and stick my dick in it.
Why I started cracking up.
Kristen was laughing, so I
It's
just
like-
said out loud.
I may have done that.
You can read my mind. It's fine.
And there it
it's
is.
like that triangle. It's like physical needs, psychological needs, emotional needs, and it's like sticking your dick in a warm stream.
Well,
That's a vibe.
if you like something, stick your dick in it.
Oh no.
If you like it, then you should have. Never mind.
This could get bad quickly.
Anyway,
Hopefully.
well, with those vibes all mashed into one horrifying vibe
Potatoes.
entity, we will begin this episode of Teen Titans Roll. So last time, you guys could not find Robin or Beast Boy, and that search has continued into this episode, with you guys probably to cover the most ground, splitting up and searching around. However, you've not been able to locate them. I know that one of her listed spells is locate creature. That works within 1,000 feet, but I mean, this is a big city, right? Also you only got like the two.
Sorry.
Why are we yawning? Mute yourself.
That is not a
Listen,
vibe.
I will be completely honest. I thought I was muted, and as soon as I finished the yawn, I looked down and saw that it wasn't.
His vibes are too chill. Get him.
Okay, continue.
Okay.
I'm so
Now,
sorry, Joey.
I mean,
Go ahead.
Okay. It lasts for 10 minutes, right? And you can move around during that 10 minutes and you can sense a creature that you know's location within that time period. A city, though, is big. I Googled today, I said, how many feet are in a mile? And it's like 5,000 plus. So it's like
5,280 feet.
yes, that's what I found. It is a lot. Now you could, I guess, effectively search grids.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I don't
I'd
think
probably
you
like
would
space
find
it out, certain parts of the city.
yeah.
To be clear, are we in the same evening as we were before, or has time passed?
This is the same evening. So you guys haven't gotten a long rest, but you leveled up. So that heals and gives all your stuff back.
I do like that.
Right. So that makes the episode work. Now, so it's like night. It's getting later at night. And you guys have not found them yet. I think even with the aid of something like locate creature, I don't think you'd be able to do it. It would make your searches a little more for sure, like, okay, he's not in this area. However, there are things that get messed up with locate creature, like apparently like a stream or like a source of water like breaks off the thing. So like dirt in the sewers, for instance, it's like there's no sense of accuracy in the sewers.
Interesting.
Really.
If
because those are a bunch of waterways.
If I can, I am gonna specify that I check the outskirts first, because that would just be
Okay.
my first inkling as to where they are,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to
Yeah.
in the city.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it seemed that in the episode everybody kind of split off and went in different directions, checked different areas. So like, is there anywhere specific you guys like want to be looking? whether that's more in the sewers or up in the city or flying above or what?
Yeah, I think I would try and get as much of like a wide shot as possible. So I'd probably fly pretty high up and see if I can see anything of note.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't have good detection abilities. I don't generally fly, and I don't detect things. I feel like I just need to be the hub that communicates between the two of you and plans.
Good. You could like set up a grid pattern,
Yeah,
search pattern. Yeah.
Search for
I give
Um,
advantage to their searches. I don't.
uh-huh, sure. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay, yeah, wow. Actually, without Beast Boy, there's like there's barely any of you to deal with. So yeah. So like are any of you guys like actively like calling on the communicator? There's been no responses.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's
you
definitely what I'm doing.
Yeah.
you got to know I'm calling every minute, probably just about.
Right. At a certain point, with that specified, it's like Cyborg's been calling fairly frequently, but like you've been calling like every 30 seconds to a minute, and it is like at a certain point the other two you guys realize that Starfire's been calling like not almost nonstop for like the last 45 minutes.
I'm gonna walk over and just like place a hand on her hand that the communicator is in and just like lower it as like a quiet like it's time to stop.
I sort of drop my head in resignation.
Guys, there's a certain point where we have to trust our friends. They're gone maybe for a reason that they want to be, but if they're not, then they're probably being very well hidden by Slade. And one way or another, we're eventually going to need sleep, so we are refreshed for a search later or whatever this comes to. But whatever it is, I don't think our current tactics are going to make that happen any quicker.
I say, I let a beat pass, and I say, just barely above my breath, "Can we trust our friends?"
I know we can trust Beast Boy. Robin, I want to say we can, but he's been different lately. You know, we're gonna try, but he's been different.
Raven just kind of looks away.
So what is our plan?
Look, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to the tower. Raven, tomorrow you're going to be in charge of searching. Why? Because you know how to find stuff with all your magicy wagicky things, and you can fly. I am going to stay in my room working on technology to boost us and searching the web, searching everything I can for any sign of him electronically. And you,
Cyborg.
Starfire, I want you to work on your pickup lines, because when we finally talk to this guy, you need to make him want to come to us.
Okay, Cyborg, your wrist you like display that that pops open, you look at the screen and stuff, has been going off. There is an alarm alert, an emergency alert. You're queued into that system. There's a break-in in progress.
Oh, speaking of, back to the tower even faster. Let's go.
Well, not to the tower, it's in
What?
the city, and you guys are in the city.
Oh, okay.
No. Oh yeah, no. Sorry, not a break into the tower. A break into like a high priority facility in town.
But first, let's blow off some steam, kicking some bad guy butt. Come on.
I nod and follow suit.
All right, now we switch over to Robin. Robin, you have been commanded to steal a piece of technology. You've been given some details, but you've been mostly told to figure it out on your own. There's this big facility that houses it. It's a very tall tower in town, and you know that it's at the top of the tower. Scaling up from the bottom would mean working your way through a lot of security, and an emergency alert would probably go out immediately. And that would take more time. But if you get onto a nearby skyscraper, you can dive down from above. Would you like to do that?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Use my
So
grappling hook.
you grapple hook, and then you are diving down onto the top of this tower. This is the kind of facility you normally would probably, if you needed to do something like this, you would plan longer and try to do it as stealthy as possible. But Slade seems to be testing you to see how quickly you can get in, get the thing, and get out, and how effectively, with as little time to prep as possible. So it's a little more smash and grab than you would like in an op, but that seems to be the expectation that's been placed on it.
What have I heard about this in the little bit of time that I have, and where is Beast Boy?
Beast Boy was not told to go with you on the mission. He said that he wanted him to stay behind.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Yes.
So I'm going to do a breakneck speed of this mission.
Right. For sure.
Do I know what I'm looking for and where this thing is?
So all you know about it is that it's some sort of cutting edge prototype for a thermal laser. Something about weapons, but also like industrial level drilling technology. So you don't know all the capabilities and utilities, but you know where it is and you know what it looks like and what it like functionally is.
And I heard nothing about the security of this place. Is there anything of my knowledge of the town and of the things in the town that I know about this building?
Well, you know that this is one of the highlights of the tech sector. It's a very tall tower, kind of like a very tall tower, and then the top part of it is like this big facility, and that's where it is at the top. You haven't been able to scout as much as you would have normally liked and get all the information, but it's probably being guarded by like the kind of guards that you would have interacted with back in the prison or in the facility with the chips. So it's
basically
nothing,
hired guns.
Yeah, hired guns, probably some level of law enforcement, but they could also be private. In show terms, it's just those guys in the gray, like armor suits with the laser rifles.
Okay, I'm going to land on the roof and see if anything registered when I landed.
Well, if anything registered, it's nothing visible at this point. Though you don't know about any of the facilities like setup in terms of silent alarms and things like that.
Okay. Is there an access point up here that I can get down to the building?
Yes, you can get through the grate system and get into the inner room through that way.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get a little bit in before I make any noise. And just kind of like start going through the grates.
Right, you start moving through the grates. It seems like the major bit of the security for this facility is the fact that it would be very hard to assault the facility from the ground and get all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
And like probably the expectation from people is like, oh, someone would have to come in with a helicopter to get up here. That's how that's probably how like the corporate elites like get up here, is they fly their helicopter over to the walkway that leads to it, and then they get out of their helicopter there and they get there. But they probably wouldn't have expected someone to dive off a nearby skyscraper and do that.
Okay, so I make my way through the grates, kind of trying to get my bearings as quickly as possible of like where this thing might be.
Okay, so you get to the room that's been described to you, and you break in. It's a lab, and there's this glass paneled area. It's got these glass doors, like probably fairly resistant glass, but it's got this technological lock system, like probably like a key card swipe situation, that you could maybe hack, but it would take a while.
But I don't have my hacking discs that I have with Red X, so I'm gonna put a door bomb on it.
All right, so you run up and you place the thing. It's basically like a slightly modified stick of C4, and you just like stick it there. You take like a minute or so, and then you step back and you just let it off. You detonate it, and it blows apart the door. The glass shatters and everything, and there is the industrial laser. It's I just thought about describing it, and then thought if I describe it, it's gonna sound like a dildo. And then I thought if I don't describe it and just say it looks like a dildo, then it will definitely look like a dildo. And then I just did that.
Hey, get it for me. I need an upgrade.
Cyborg's new laser. And how big is this? It's able to be carried, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah, it's not like it's not a huge object that you gotta lug out. It's like a handheld thing. It would probably be placed on like the end of like a barrel if it were a weapon, or like something, or like it's like a laser drill bit essentially, and you can use, when you take it, you just understanding enough about technology realize that in its current form, with the power cell and things configured as they are, and the loading rate and stuff, it would take an action and you could fire it.
Gotcha. I'm going to, as soon as it blows, I'm going to run in, grab it, and just blast back out the other way, just running for the grate.
Okay, you are zooming out the door and along this balcony walkway that goes around the facility. It's kind of a round portion of the building at the top, and you are running along. You start to hear guards running after you and rifle fire. There's probably about 4 guards behind you, but it is nighttime, and you have some vertical movement with your grappling hook. You think you might be able to lose these guys. Like there's like a lip of the roof that goes over you even outside on the walkway.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely try and get up there then.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
You all know how I normally roll right at the beginning of the game.
Oh yeah.
27.
A 27. That is more than enough. You grapple hook up to the roof and just sort of hang there upside down, Spider-Man-esque, as the guards go, "Hey, he's got the thermal laser," or whatever. And they're like, "I got the dildo."
He got the dildo.
And they're like, "Go this way." And they keep running along the causeway, and back kind of further down into the facility. Like, they might have assumed that you would have tried to go down the stairs, but they run past, and it seems the way is clear of them at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna drop back down.
Okay.
And
when you drop down, this is the point where you guys, the rest of the team, you guys were already in town, so you were not far away. At this point, you fly in from above, and you see Robin drop down. Or no, you don't yet see it as Robin. You see a figure drop down in the shadows from the ceiling. And Robin, you see them suddenly land, and everyone is there.
Kind of like my breath kind of catches in my throat.
All right, how do you guys address this shadowy figure?
Hey! Put the dildo down!
Drop the sexual device and surrender.
Oh, no.
Raven just face palms.
This doesn't have to get messy. Look,
So there's a space that I could potentially jump off this building and grapple hook onto another building and swing.
Yes, you'd fall for a little while, but then you could grapple hook and swing. It's nothing crazy from your perspective as someone who used to grapple around Gotham, where you could grapple from a big Chrysler building type situation to a fucking Zeppelin. Like, you're like, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to start running the other way.
Mhm.
And just as I run, I'm going to drop a blinding disc with like a short delay on it.
So since we're doing that, we should probably roll initiative then.
All right. Teen Titans, roll.
Teen Titans, kill each
Oh,
other.
You're the leader now.
No.
You get to say that.
I got a 4.
Yeah.
One day, I wonder if we'll fight somebody besides Robin in this
I
game.
know, right?
I look forward to Beast Boy, even though in game I don't.
It's a 25 for Starfire.
It's the first time ever that I'm going first.
Even though he has a great bonus. What's your initiative, Robin?
26.
Robin, yeah, it's yours, so go ahead and do that.
So I'm going to drop a blinding disc and then start running towards a spot where I can jump off. And just as it gets, if they're within 20 feet from me, okay, so I'm going to get out of the range before I detonate it.
Okay, yeah, you chuck it and are running as it flies towards them and clatters onto the ground, and then it detonates. You can run to the end of the causeway if you want to. But yeah, everybody is it Constitution saves?
It's a Constitution save. It's 13, which I feel like a decent amount of people are doing.
That's 26 for Star.
16.
18.
All right, everybody succeeds. It does not blind them. You need to upgrade your gadgets.
Yes, I do. However, how far is the jumping point from where I am?
I would say that it is probably 60 feet.
Perfect. Bonus action dash, and as it detonates with a flash, I'm going to jump off in the kind of blinding radius of it.
Okay, he doesn't even wait for the dramatic moment like in the episode. He just
No, screw that. I'm
himself
out.
off it.
I know what happens
they're
when
all
I
just-
wait. I know what happens when I wait. I get
Yeah, I
pinned
know.
down and I can't escape. No, I'm out.
You have had very different experiences in this version.
Very, very different.
Yeah, so like you just run off. So what you guys see is this shadowy figure kind of like obscured in the shadows, and you fly over and you're like, "Hey!" And then he chucks a blinding like a flashbang at you, and then runs and jumps off of the building.
Okay. I want to know, do we easily recognize this as Robin's hand?
He uses flash bombs like that, blinding bombs.
Yeah.
Now,
But who doesn't use blinding?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Really?
I would say, go ahead, because so in the episode he runs to the end of the causeway, and at that point the full moon illuminates him enough for you guys to recognize him. With the flash bomb in the way, so watching him from behind leaping off, he might turn his face a little bit. Go ahead and each of you just give me perception checks to see if you recognize who it is.
With disadvantage because of the flash bomb?
Sure, yes.
Perception is wisdom, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. With disadvantage, were you saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the flash bomb just went off in your face.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Hey, same
Just
thing.
run the whole same thing both times.
6.
11, but it was a nat 1, so.
Oh no.
Well, I would say Cyborg got a 17. As this goes off, you immediately sort of like reactively like shift like a part of your visual system's like screening protocol, and you glance over in the direction and you see as the figure jumps off, he turns around and looks at the group for a moment, and in the light of the moon, you do see it is Robin.
It's Robin. I say, it's Robin. Starfire, I choose you. Go. Use those pickup lines I was talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, okay.
So you got the successful movement to jump off the edge. I would say that you at least get, so the 60-foot distance is what is needed to get off of it, and then you dive, and you move another 120 feet. So that is the basis of how much you need to move Starfire to catch up to this falling figure.
180.
Hey, can I do something real quick?
No, it's not your turn.
All right.
It's not how combat works.
Yeah, unless it's a reaction.
Yeah, I was just gonna toss something to Starfire. Okay.
No.
Nope. Okay.
I was going to say, hey Starfire, take this and give it to him as a memento.
Oh my god.
And what is it?
Show a sign of your affection.
What is it?
Like,
Oh,
what's the
That
other-
influences my answer. If I let her take it,
I hold up a ring.
I will let you take that as a free action if you want to, Paul.
I don't know what that means.
I feel like you've seen enough TV.
Okay, fine. Give me a second. You forced me into a very complicated emotional, crunch point where I've got a lot going on, and I'm in a fight.
Oh boy.
Go now, go.
I ignore Cyborg. Fuck him.
I facepalm once again.
This is not a yes and podcast. This is a no fuck you podcast.
Well, no, in character, that's a stupid thing for him to do, and he
I know.
and a couple last episode, technically, he tried to sexually objectify me and stuff. So no, Cyborg, that's bullshit. I'm gonna go try and beat up my boyfriend now, I think.
Damn it.
Are we at that point? That's cute.
Well, see, here's my reasoning: is that she was completely unprepared for it in the real episode, but this is a repeat occurrence now for her.
Yeah.
And there's the possibility you're a hostage or something like that, but all the more reason to fucking get in there and secure you.
You have to move at least 180 feet.
So what I'm going to do. Oh, okay, so he's falling. Is that the idea?
Yes. Yeah, he's falling. And since I've actually learned that opportunity attacks are not provoked by gravity or anything moving the creature away from you without its consent. So if you dash up to him, you won't then be able to attack, while he falls away from you, but you can get up to him and then maybe catch up to him on the next turn. Because you can move 120, 120, right? But you have to dash.
So here's what. So okay. So here's what I would like to do, and this might not work, but it's my best bet. I think I am rushing in there. I'm going 120 feet, and then I am casting haste on myself, and I'm getting as close as I can, and I'm keeping my eyes on him.
Okay, so haste, I think, will get you to where you might be able to do something this turn.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. I can. Yeah, I don't have to
cast it first, and then you move double.
Well, yeah, but it takes an action.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well, it takes an action, but it gives you another action.
Oh wait,
you gain an additional action. The action can only be used for attack, one weapon attack only, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object dash action. So you could make a grapple attempt as a one attack if you wanted to.
I just had an idea. No, I'm not. You can use an object. Should I use Cyborg's ring?
I marry him.
Just to confuse him. No, I don't think that's where my mind would be.
No.
As a player, I think it would be funny, but as a character, I think that's not where I am.
Yeah.
Just disorient him. Just completely throw him off his game.
You can use one attack to grapple if you want, or you could just punch the shit out of him.
And you can't cast a spell.
No, it only is specific. It's only one weapon attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Yeah, I'm gonna zoom up to him and grapple him, try and get him in a bear hug.
Okay. All right. So, go ahead and roll an athletics check. Robin, you can roll to avoid with either an athletics or acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. Of course.
Oh no. Oh no. You rolled a 25, but she rolled a 29.
Yeah, I just go up and grab him, and I just say, Robin, whatever it is, we can talk about it.
Oh no.
So we kind of float in the air.
All right, so she grabs you by the ankle. There's this jolt as you stop falling, and you are being held by her. Now it is Raven's turn. Raven, they are 180. Well, they are 60 feet away and 120 feet down.
I'm just gonna like kind of float. I'm gonna float to the edge of it and look down and just kind of like. I think I'm still processing the fact that Robin is doing this to us again.
Right.
Yeah, I hang back. I give Cyborg a look that's like, "Come on, dude," and
Right. All right, so
and then I kind of stand by for backup, basically. But
so looking over the lip, you could use your flight movement, and you would get all the way to the edge of the lip. It's 60 feet, and you look down 120 feet below. Starfire has him in like by the ankle. You could get 60, or if you dash, you could get 60 feet closer. But if you just want to chill on the ledge, that's fine.
I think I'm gonna hang back because I don't like want to leave Cyborg behind.
Yeah, can she carry me, or is
I don't know that Raven wants to do anything yet. Like,
okay?
Because it's Robin.
That's fair. I'm kind of stuck until I get back to the tower and put in some new upgrades. So
yeah, I mean, if we have to chase, I will grab Cyborg. So if Cyborg wants to move near me, like,
and at this point, I pretty much say I don't know if there's anything we can do. I think it's on Starfire.
yeah, I'm kind of leaving it up to our alien girl.
I do say, damn, I couldn't. He's like, that was my ring that protects him from mental effects in case he's being controlled. It's like, but the thing is, he wouldn't believe it. He wouldn't take it from anybody else except her, and she would. And I don't think she can deceive him.
Raven just buries her face in her hands.
Raven's just gonna have a red mark on her forehead from all the face palms.
She avoided that this time, but she's just full face and hands, just like, oh.
Wow. And now Cyborg's like, huh, y'all was assuming.
I'm like, no, but yeah, but but that was just it. She had to assume because Starfire can't deceive him worth anything. She would have to feel like a genuine gift.
Yeah, Raven is currently reminding herself that she can't get too angry and she can't hit Cyborg or else bad things happen.
Yes, very good. Robin, it is your turn. Also, I will say, with the two of you close together, Starfire, you now see that Robin is wearing a very different uniform. He's wearing this like tannish orange and black suit with like more armor studs and like greaves and gauntlets and stuff, like metal plating portions, and on the chest there's this metal thing worked into the fabric. It looks like an insignia, and it has it's the letter, you think, well, you know enough now about Earth language to recognize it as the letter S.
Okay, so this is Red X 2.0, but also he works for Slade.
I also thought that you could go, huh, he's on a mission with Superman.
That's
But
pretty
that would be
good,
really dumb.
But, our recent association is more with Slade.
Yes.
He works for Superman.
So yeah, that's what you see. But
Yeah.
Robin, it's your turn first. So yeah, what would you like to do?
But Robin.
I feel like face to face with Starfire right now, she can just see kind of like. I mean, she knows Robin well enough, and even though he's kind of like keeping it together, just in utter sadness on his face. And he mouths, "Let me go." And he detonates an experimental explosive disc right between them.
There it is.
Okay. There you go. You, even as you voice the word, like, now thankfully you are voicing it, but even as you voice it, you're almost a little distracted as you hear in your earpiece.
I want to say specifically, I said mouthed. I didn't.
Yeah, mouth.
Say, okay, just making sure because I
Yeah.
didn't want him
Yeah.
to see.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he just says this because she's gotten this close to you, just as a precaution. You were wise to mouth it, because you even hear now in your earpiece, you hear Slade say, "Not a word, Robin." And then you throw the device. All right, go ahead and make a ranged attack roll. At this distance, I think you have disadvantage since it's a ranged attack roll.
So, question: is it really a ranged attack?
Right, if it goes off right in front
if
of
it goes
you.
right in front of us.
I guess I'd convert it to a save. I'd convert it to a dex save. At that with that. Now you're in the middle of the air, so I guess you could kick off of her. So you have a little bit of something. So
I don't want
both
to.
of you don't want to. You just want to take the damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of just like at that point. I kind of like put my hand on her just lightly and detonate it between us. Not even trying to dodge it.
Okay.
Tommy's crazy boyfriend.
You chuck the thing. All right. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, Starfire.
Okay.
You do have advantage since you're hasted.
Oh, good. That's right. That is 26.
That's good enough. All right, you take 25, so it's halved, and then your resistance halves these again, so it's quartered. So it's you'll actually take, instead of 25, you'll take 6 points of lightning damage and 4 points of radiant damage as you avoid this thing. But there's this huge explosion, this electrical energy, and then this actually, it's green like your energy. This blast of radiant energy flies out and blasts into you. You dodge it enough with the haste to not take the full blast. I would say, given the radius of this type of situation, though, if you want to succeed the dex save, you have to let go of him, because just you have to move away a certain distance. That's just a little too far.
Yeah. Well, so I have a choice, is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically, you could take half of what those two are, or you could you could take half of what those two are and still hold on to him, or you could take a quarter of what those two are and let go of him.
I let go.
Okay. This thing goes off in your face, and if it had been too close, the concussive force of this might have actually knocked even you back. But and then you also take that damage, Robin. It does not fraction at all for you.
So because of evasion, I take half damage because I chose to fail it.
Yeah.
That's still 21 points of damage, though, which is not great for me.
Right. So you get blasted off, but it kind of even pushes you away. Also, if you get hit by it, then you would have to make a strength check, which I don't think you can make a strength check while you're in the middle of the air.
And
so
also,
actually,
I cannot beat that DC.
Yeah. You can't beat the DC anyway. So you actually, it propels you a bit. It pushes you the 15 feet, and you're tumbling through the air. Yeah, but that was your action. So you move 120 plus 15, so 135 feet down.
How close to the ground am I?
A couple more falls like this would not be
Okay,
recommended.
good. As long as it's a couple more, I'm gonna bonus action dodge.
Okay. You
In
are
the
just
air.
like twirling. You're basically you're utilizing like skydiving tactics to like manipulate your like how you move around in the air and like tumbling and gliding in different directions. So okay. So Starfire, it's your turn. He's 135 feet below you now.
Okay. 135. All right.
Yeah.
I think I move 20 feet closer in the air. And then I cast message.
Okay.
And I whisper to him at a distance of 120 feet. Please just let us in. Just tell us where you are. Tell us what we need to do. Robin, we need you.
Robin, you do know you can respond to the message, but it's a whisper, I believe the spell says.
Yes, yeah.
Your earpiece would, you know enough about technology to know that your earpiece would probably pick that up.
It does say a whisper that only you can hear.
Okay, I mean, then at that point, then why the fuck don't they just say it's a voice in your mind?
No, I mean, if you
No, it's like why doesn't it just tell?
Yeah, if you want
telepathy
to rule that Slade's technology is able to surpass that or whatever, that's fine. I just thought
I would. Well, I mean,
it does. It does make like Slade. I don't know. He can. We don't know what he's scanning or whatever. Like.
Yeah. Slade, even in the original version, had some arcane skill, as proven by the Thunder or the Forces of Nature episode. So there could be stuff like that going on. I don't know. It's up to you, Robin. It's up to you, Robin. Yeah, that's really the answer. Is that it's up to you if you want to answer.
Does he know whether Slade would hear it or not?
I would say that you don't know. You can't be certain of anything.
I open my mouth, think of Beast Boy, and shut it again and just keep falling.
Okay. All right, Raven, you see that the situation's bad. There's this explosion, and then he kept falling. It seemed that Starfire pursued a little bit, but not as much as she could. What would you like to do?
So it seems like she kind of held herself back.
Yeah.
Does Robin look like he's gonna hurt himself from the fall at all, or does he seem like he's gonna be fine?
You knowing him, you know that he has a decent bit more time to grapple hook to a building. If he were if he doesn't do that in the next round or so, then you might get worried. But
okay. In the meantime, I'm just gonna watch because I don't know what else I would do. So
I'm there with Raven. I don't think there's much I can do at this point. How far away are they?
Good way. They're like over, like they're 200 to 300 feet.
Yeah, I think I'm waiting at this point.
All right. So if you guys are all just hanging back, Starfire, on your turn, do you hang back?
Yeah.
All right. So Robin, you dive further and then are able to grapple hook to a building and swing around the skyscraper. And you are able to, over the next couple rounds, swing down to the ground and then disappear off into the shadows of the alleyways, making your way back to the hideout of Slade. Meanwhile, while starting as soon as Robin left, during this whole time, Beast Boy, you've been there with Slade. For a couple minutes after Robin left, Slade just seemed to ignore you. He went over to the robot Slade and started seeing about repairs. It seemed after a few minutes that he kind of gave up on that attempt, thinking that, and just kind of, clasped his hands behind his back. Not his hands, clasped his wrist behind his back, standing in that way, and looked over to you and said, "I'll have to teach you how to repair things that you break in the future."
You can try.
He's just kind of silent for a moment, like he seems to agree that might not be the most productive use of his time. And he says, yes. There is something, however, that I believe you may actually be quite proficient in. I'd like to see if you take to it. Come with me. And he leads you over to this area.
As he's walking, I'm like, why are you called Slade?
he says, a name. You don't pick a name in my line of work. You gain a name that's given to you as per your reputation. You earn a name. Another reason why I really don't fancy you superheroes. You give yourself a name. It's not right.
Are you an alien?
He does not answer. He he just leads you over to this area. It's like dark all around in this area, and the only light shines on this table. And on this table there are these scrolls, and there are these sigils on the scrolls. And the sigils have different colors. They all look like these Eastern languages, these Asian languages that you don't recognize, and they're colored differently. One is green, one is blue, one is brown, and one is like red. And he says, "If you're going to prove yourself as a valuable apprentice to me, as valuable as Robin is, you'll have to do better than some jungle animals. I lost a valuable resource when you Titans stopped me from recruiting Thunder and Lightning. I spent so much time learning elemental magics, too. It'd be a shame to let them go to waste. Show me that you have more potential in your shapeshifting than just becoming beasts. Harness these signs and take on the power of the elements as well."
You underestimate the power of the beast.
We shall see. And over the next period, he puts you through this grueling training regiment. It's going to be like a training montage. The first thing that happens is that he forces you to lift this large weight. He takes you to this machine, and there's this big piston that comes down like a big hydraulic press. And he says, "Hold it up."
I try.
Okay. Do you try? How do you try? Do you try in base form? It quickly feels overwhelming, like you're about to be crushed.
Yeah, I start in base form, and then I go into... Yeah, what else has arms?
Something strong.
Gorillas?
Yeah, I go into a gorilla, and then a giant gorilla.
All right, you shift into a gorilla, and when you're about to shift into a giant gorilla, as soon as you transform, he punches you in the stomach as hard as he can. Go ahead. You basically cannot avoid being hit, so you take damage. 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
A 7.
Okay. You are stunned by his stunning strike, and you collapse, and the piston starts to press down on you. The machine starts to whir and hiss as it's pushing down against your form, rapidly depleting the hit points of the gorilla as it's slowly crushing you. He crouches and he says, "Do you want to dull the pain? Harden yourself with the power of Earth." We then switch to another part where you're being trained in a different way because it's like a montage.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has put you inside this industrial heating, like this hollowed portion of like this industrial heating machine that progressively increases in how hot it is until you're starting to increase the levels of exhaustion that you experience. Beast Boy start to rack up, and he opens a grate and looks in and says, "Don't hope for the heat to subside. Overcome it with your own heat. Harness the power of fire." Oh, also, he's given you like these sigils to like focus on, and you hold a different one in each of these tests. The next scene, he's placed you, he's subjected you to a dangerous obstacle course of hazards in the gears above in that upper area where you're forced to make constant acrobatics checks to not be hit by swinging objects, pistons, and gears, or pulled in and crushed by the moving gears. He says, "Adapt or be crushed to a pulp. Draw from the sigil and flow with the power of water." And finally, there's this scene where he puts you in a chamber and then uses a machine to suck the oxygen out of it, and you start to suffocate. And he says, "Don't beg for what has been taken from you. Use your own power to create what you need. Become your own heir." And then, as it just flips from like these different like portions of you struggling against these tests until finally there's this moment where you do overcome. The moment where you turn into a rock elemental, lifting up and resisting the power of the piston. You break it, and the machine just explodes and falls apart. And then the moment where in the hot area you absorb the heat and you turn into this raging green inferno. And then when you're just about to pass out from the suffocation, you burst into this wispy green like gust of a tornado. And then in the last one, that's the order. It's wrong order. But the point is, and then in the other one, you turn into this weird green food coloring in order to successfully dodge out of the way and resist being hurt by the obstacle course.
Sorry, I was laughing at when you said that I was in the air compartment, and I was like, what if I just turn into a water bear? They don't need air. They can survive.
I mean, theoretically, your elementals could look like animals. I mean...
I look like giant elemental water bears. No, I look like cool, freaking badass elementals.
Right. So you turn into these elementals, but after the ordeal, it's extremely exhausting, you need to go off and rest.
Before I go, I'm just like, so do you have like a robot eye?
He does not answer.
Yeah, he's killed a lot of people. Okay, I go back to my room. Or I go wherever I go to sleep.
Yeah. There's like some
I go
other
to a corner.
area. Turn into a dog and just collapse. You're in the shadow somewhere in the darkness. All right. So,
Turn into
Robin.
Emo boy.
Robin, having succeeded in your task, you return to the hideout. You go over to Slade, and Slade is standing there, and you don't see Beast Boy around. But he immediately says when you arrive, he says, "Excellent, Robin. I'm pleased. You've already proven to be the perfect apprentice."
Where's Beast Boy?
"He underwent training of his own while you were out. He's recovering now."
Here's your laser.
"Very good." He takes it. "The Titans still have no idea my Chronoton detonator was more than a decoy. Now that my probes are inside their bodies, they can remain undetected for years, decades. Unless, of course, you disobey me, and I decide to destroy your former friends with the push of a button." He just starts taking apart, like this is a normal thing to say to someone as he just starts like taking apart a laser and reconfiguring and rebuilding it.
Just stand there watching. Do I know where the button is at this point?
So he keeps it on this device on his wrist that puts it's a mechanical part of his gauntlet that that shoots it out of a port and like holds it, from it's like a kill switch thing in his hand, and then he can press it with his with his hand.
That is the question, isn't it? Do I can I tell just from my limited tinkering what he's doing with this laser?
Well, he mostly has his back turned to you, but he seems to be it seems that the components are fairly easily detachable, and he's reconfiguring it and placing, and so that the configuration seems different. You're not completely sure quite yet.
I'm gonna wander away to find Beast Boy.
"I did not dismiss you."
I stand there then.
Okay. He says, he's quiet for a few more moments as he's reconfiguring it, and then he turns around with it and walks over to you. He takes your hand, and now you see it has this clamp portion, and he places it on your wrist. It now seems that the device has been modified. The triggering mechanism has been made more efficient, and it's been modified to where you could now use this laser that's equipped to you to as a ranged attack. So you could use it as your regular attacks. He says, "I monitored your vital signs during the mission. Elevated heart rate, adrenaline, endorphins. You won't admit it, but at some level, you enjoyed stealing from me. It was a thrill, wasn't it?"
No.
Sorry. Just no. Anyway. He just chuckles, and then he turns around and walks a few paces away again. "You're going to keep stealing, Robin, and you're going to keep getting that thrill. And sooner or later, you will see things my way." He turns around again and walks close to you. "Who knows? I might even become like a father to you."
I had a father, and he was nothing like you.
And the camera pans up, and these bats fly through the grafter in the ceiling. I don't know what a grafter is, but I just said a word. They fly through an opening in the ceiling. All right. Back in the tower, you Titans. Yeah. So, yeah, you guys are back in the tower. What are you thinking? What are you doing?
brooding. All of us got back.
Yeah, you'd be able to get back to the tower.
Oh, first of all, I'm gonna approach Starfire. I'm like, hey, Starfire, sorry I just shoved that ring in your hand a second ago. It wasn't meant to be awkward. It's a magical ring that would have probably helped him out, but I couldn't really say anything at the time or even message you because they'd probably listening to us. But yeah, if we can get it in his hands at some point, it'd probably be nice.
I make a rare annoyed Starfire expression, and I just say, I just say, you may have considered telling me that beforehand.
Hey, I didn't know I'd need to use it, and then you had to go rushing off.
So Raven, as they discuss this ring that would have maybe protected him from if he was being mind controlled, you, with your empathetic abilities, you feel like that if his mind were under some foreign control, that you'd have sensed it.
I was gonna go raid Robin's room to try to find like signs of what was going on this time.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
So
Yeah, you
I'm
can
not
do
there,
that.
if that's okay.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I say, yeah. It just seemed so fast. I didn't even think about it. I'm sorry, Starfire. I think you often get the short end of the stick when it comes to communication, and I do want to hope that changes in the future. And I just kind of start moseying around to other things in the room. Dope. I'm mopey.
So what will we do now?
I, well, I wasn't completely kidding. Raven does have the best ability to track of us, and I can start looking through technological means to find him, as well as trying to boost our strength. Uh, I was a little bit joking before, but what I did mean that you have a way to inspire empathy in others. It I know it looks like you failed this time, but you didn't. No, I don't think anybody could have done better than you. But still, if you can think of anything in his mind that would, that would be appropriate, I really think you would know him best.
I'm wondering if Robin simply wishes to leave.
It's not impossible, and in which case, should we let him? Do we let him go? Problem is if he constantly is going to be at odds with us from now on, what would we do then?
And where has he taken Beast Boy?
Yeah, that's what worries me, because I don't know what's going on with Robin, but Beast Boy, he doesn't have a he's a good man, and I don't think Robin is too, but Robin has complex motives. Beast Boy, he just wants to do best by everyone.
I fear he is hurt or endangered.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like we might want to switch our tack to focus on Beast Boy and hope that along the way we figure out something about Robin.
Just that was really good. I just do want to hop to Raven if she's doing something else real quick. So Raven, you're looking around Robin's room looking for signs that he was going to leave.
Yeah, like, or trying to dig into all his stuff about Slade and just just trying to figure out what I guess is going on based on the clues in his room.
Okay. Yeah, so he has his regular room in which is kind of Spartan. It's a lot of uniforms. It's like the closet with a bunch of Robin uniforms in it. A lot of masks and things like that. And then like a training, like one of those things you'd see in a movie where with the sticks out, sticking out of it, where you like train with martial arts against. He also has a training gym and a another room that's dark and just has a bunch of newspaper clippings. It seems to be his kind of investigative area. He tinkers with things and files and works on files in there and stuff like that.
I mean, mostly I'm just so I could see that he was dressed like in Slade colors, right?
Yeah, it wasn't his usual. Only the mask was the same.
Then I'm just gonna try to find out more about Slade because I mean, if any place in the Teen Titans Tower is gonna have information, it's gonna be all of the information that Robin gathered.
Yeah, you start looking through these case files. It's like Slade. You know, it's kind of hard because you're not privy to the. Uh, in my mind, it would be like intelligence agency lingo, but there's a lot of references in different cases of Slade being a ghost. It seems that Robin has taken what he's been able to gain access to from FBI and other foreign agencies um, files on this individual and tried to piece them together, but all of those files were very sparse to begin with. And there's just a lot of reference to mercenary work all over the world, but like um, assassination jobs and work with different villain agencies, but no one's really been able to fully find out information, all the information about him. There's even some government files where it seems to have some personnel file, but like the whole page is redacted. And so you're like, okay, this just proves that the intelligence agencies at one time knew about him and had information on him, and then they just scrubbed it.
Oof. All right.
So, but you do get, with your insight, you get an idea into the level of, living in large this large amount of dead ends wouldn't be good for anyone's mental health. You kind of realize the level of obsession and despair that Robin put himself in constantly trying to track Slade down.
Well, that makes me feel sad.
Not a good vibe.
Yeah, no, that's what you call a bad vibe.
You should probably go out and listen to Concerning Hobbits for a little bit to recover.
Raven goes outside and listens to the soundtrack of Lord of the Rings. No, I don't know that she would know what to do with this information, except just feel kind of upset about it. So she's probably going to retreat to her room to meditate. That sounds like a thing that Raven would do in that scenario.
I also want to say that Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring had only been out. The movie had only just come out in 2001. So like, you guys are living in the midst of the Lord of the Rings series being brand spanking new.
Perfect time to listen to the soundtrack.
If we get Robin
books
back
or
to
the movie?
The movie. The books were way earlier.
Yeah, of course. The books have existed since time immemorial, obviously.
These stories definitely The Hobbit. I want to ask him for that ring back from Starfire simply because it's attuned to me still. Starfire, it was like, let me grab that ring back.
Yeah, Starfire gives Cyborg back his ring, which is like a line from a fan fiction.
All right, Raven walks back into the room and witnesses that.
All right. I then walk off and I say, "Hey, Raven, come let's look in my computer room."
Okay, as you are kind of trying to go off in different directions to figure out what to do, the alarm in the tower goes off. There's another emergency, and and if you run over to the monitor, you see that a Wayne Enterprises tech facility is being broken into.
Crap. Well, I have a hunch that somebody else is going to take care of that one, but we should probably go.
Well, I mean, it's a Wayne Enterprises. Well, okay. First of all, you don't have that hunch because you do not know that Batman is Bruce Wayne. And
Oh,
second, even if that were the case, Wayne Enterprises has buildings all over the planet. So
That's
Yeah,
Batman
it's like,
does not.
it's like if an Amazon fulfillment center was being broken into, and you're like, Jeff Bezos, get him.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. All right.
Bruce Wayne will take care of
He
it.
kicks ass.
Ah,
They're like, who cares?
you can't get any rest. Look, guys, 2 minutes. Get stock up on equipment. Let's get over there.
Are we any kind of rested?
Okay, well, yes. Well, okay, so you're rested because you guys leveled up in between sessions.
Oh, right.
So you got all your stuff back.
But in game.
Now, yeah, in game.
Oh, no, I was
like
asking
you,
gameplay wise.
yeah. Gameplay wise, yes. In game, no. But you guys are just like pushing on superhero adrenaline, so you're fine. Because you leveled up. But you did cast haste, I guess. That's the only thing that's been resource that's been used so far.
Okay, gotcha. So that spell slot is still used. All right.
You guys are rush off to go peer at the emergency, unless
Right.
there's any particular prep that you wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was saying, give me a second. I need to run back to my room and re-equip. But
right.
that's definitely one of those of meet in the chopper. Or what do we call it? The T-bird?
Well, it doesn't fly yet.
Oh,
I've been over this.
We haven't gotten there yet. Okay,
It's just a submarine.
Important
right.
question: are we going to be trying to use the ring this time?
That's up to you guys. It's just something that I thought of at this time, but
right.
If
you mention the ring around Raven, like I said, then Raven, you feel like he wasn't being mind controlled because you feel like you'd have been able to sense it.
I want to say, Raven, I've got to put on some boots and things. Come with me. I need to talk to you while I'm doing it.
I follow him, I guess.
Okay.
All right.
Is this gonna be one of those scenes where like the one person like changes behind the curtain and the other person stands and talks?
It's nothing too crazy. But
right.
I go in and I basically start switching out some leg components and things like that. But before I do, I actually take out that ring and I set it on a table and I say, "Hey, I wanted to talk to you about that ring. I did give it. I was wanting to use it for all the reasons I told Starfire. It's because it could protect him if he's being mind controlled. But there's something else. Understand? I've been getting a little bit more neurotic. I've been getting a little." Getting strange ideas and just it's been a very rough time, and I want you to stop me if I get too far. And the reason this is important is because that ring does more than just protect from mind control. With all this that talk earlier about souls and machines, I made a device. It's in that ring that it can protect someone from death, well, by putting their soul into a ring. And
that is true.
A piece of me, in a flash second, I had the thought that, well, if Robin died, or if we needed to end up faking his death, I could rebuild him. Better, stronger, like me. And I understand that's a really dark thought, which is why I'm telling you, stop me if I go too far. But I just wanted you to know that I had that thought, and please make sure I don't go too far with things.
Jesus Christ, Cyborg.
I mean, think about it. He's the only one of us without any superpowers. He could. Okay, no,
Look.
sorry. That's too far. That's too far.
I'm going to stop you there.
Yeah.
First of all, Robin is not under any kind of mind control.
Okay.
And secondly, we're going to figure this out, okay?
All right. I was just saying it's my failsafe, and a piece of me wondered if it would be his too. It just would be taking a lot of liberties.
I don't think that rebuilding Robin is the answer.
I sure hope not. Anyway, yeah, that's all. Just keep an eye on me. I get bad ideas sometimes.
That's
And...
all.
Raven is trying very hard to keep her composure, given everything going on.
Yeah.
Everybody's losing their shit around her.
Straight up, she's like, I don't know what to do about this.
It's like, I know
Yeah,
that I have to keep my emotions in check, but like everyone is losing their fucking shit.
Everyone is fucking offloading on you.
And then
you're like,
let's not forget the whole like thing that was going on with what's his face, the angel guy. Fucking Constantine.
Yeah.
So I have that going on with me, and I just kind of have to shelf that for a minute because everyone's losing their goddamn minds.
Everyone is dumping their shit on you. Everyone's trauma dumping on you, and you're like, "Excuse me, like, excuse you, fuck you."
Right? So yeah, Raven's just like also trying not to lose her shit. She's realizing she's the only one who can't. Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, that was probably the weirdest fucking conversation I've ever been privy to as a dungeon master.
We need t-shirts that have Raven saying Jesus Christ Cyborg.
Yes, very much. Okay. So
sorry.
All right. Robin. Robin, so
my gosh.
you have your hand raised.
Just like I raise my hand. I don't want that to happen, please.
Come on.
Yeah, like does Robin get a say in this?
Apparently not. Oh, Robin, you were kind of a manipulative dick a little bit. We're gonna put your soul in a ring and make
we're gonna kill you.
No,
if it's only
if it's only if he had to die. Okay, whatever.
Anyway.
If he had to die in quotations.
I'm very glad that we are doing the actual D&D thing where players have like an absolutely fucking bonkers like, hey, could we do this as a contingency? And I'm just like, what the all right.
I think Raven's just
Just
hoping
think
that
about it. Everything Robin is, but in a robot body.
No, you're not wrong technically. And hey, listen, Cyborg never had some of his parts. He didn't have the episode where he decided that being human was being more important than being a robot. We missed that arc.
You're right.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. That's true.
That's so true. Yeah, I think that Raven just does not know how to deal with that because that's really dark. I think she's just hoping that like it doesn't work.
Yeah.
No. Well, technically, if it had to happen, you'd want it to work, but I mean,
no.
saving his life.
Yeah, no, because he has it as a contingency if Robin dies. He's not saying we need to kill Robin.
I think that if Robin died, Raven wouldn't want to put his soul in a robot. I think she would want to just mourn him, you know?
I can't wait for that to be our Marvel Civil War. Deciding Robin.
Oh, we have to put him. He's on life support. We have to put him in the ring. No, let him die.
You understand, I'm growing up to be my dad. Loved one dies. Why not make a robot out of him?
Fair enough. Anyway, Robin.
Yes.
You are going to the facility. There's a door in the way. You've been making your way through the security of this place. You feel very strange about the fact that he made you break into this facility, but you keep telling yourself that it's a coincidence and it's just a high priority target. Yeah, there's a door in the way of the final room. You're trying to do this for speed. Um, yeah, do you want to blow open the door with some gadget or something?
I'm gonna use one of my exploding discs this time to see if I can
All
explode
right,
the door.
no problem. You throw a disc. How much damage does your disc?
It does. Where did I go? 5d8 fire damage.
Okay, yeah, it's one of the it's one of it's like a glyph of warding. You do one and it blows the door, but kind of like not fully. You want to throw another one?
Yeah, sure. I have a
All
decent
right,
amount of those.
cool. You chuck another one and it does the job. All right, so you get in to this big room. You're pretty familiar with the layout, which is why you haven't had to blow anything up, which is why you didn't have to blow anything up to this point. Um, but so you walk into this big room. It's a big room with this green circuit board design all around. Like there's these long. It's almost like like if someone had a floor. It's like a whole floor. Like if someone just cleared out an entire office space floor and then made the whole thing like a closed no windows room with like weird green circuit board. It's big. And in the center of the room is this device. It's this strange looking device and it has these several like points on it, like this spike on the end, and then on the other end another spike and these weird sharp prongs, and then like the body of it is like this black technology and with like red lights on it, and it's it's doing that thing that they like to do in the show where the technology thing it floats in a weird beam of light.
Does it seem like this room would be trapped with some sort of like something
you
to keep away
know
from this?
you know Wayne facility stuff. You may have set off some silent alarms, you're sure, but since you're doing this for speed, but there's you don't think this room is trapped. This isn't one of the Jump City has not yet gotten the latest Wayne Tech security retrofitting done yet.
Okay, then
That's
I'm
kind
going.
of working its way across the country from the East Coast right now.
It's fair. So I'm just gonna run up, grab it, and go. Then, if I'm
All right,
going for speed.
you move to it and you're about to reach in and grab it, and the team you guys are there because you basically started getting alerts as soon as Robin started breaking into the facility, and now as he's in the room about to grab the device, you guys are there.
Okay.
There he is. I got a bone to pick with you.
Yeah, Robin, you hear him and you turn around, you see the team.
Robin just thinks how they must be using teleport to get here immediately when I get to the thing every single time.
Well, you did not drastically change the set of events, so the pacing is pretty much the same as it is in the episode.
Weren't they
Which
at
is
the
very
house when the alarm went off? How fast did they get
well.
here?
It's not like time is exactly, because then you could say the same thing in the episode. Like, how the fuck did they get there so fast? I don't think that it's.
It's true
I
of the
think that
episode.
Yeah,
Raven
it's-
can teleport at will, and I can fly 120 feet in 6 seconds.
yeah, it's true.
Am I close enough to him to use detect thoughts?
No, that's like 30 feet.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's big ass room.
Okay.
Big ass room, and Raven, you also have that. It's one of your free spells. But yeah, big ass room. So if you guys want to act against each other, I think you're gonna have to roll initiative again.
I think
Yes.
this is gonna have to be an initiative rolling situation.
Right.
Okay.
Ew, that's
Oh no.
I got a
But I
5.
don't want to fight him.
I got a 5.
Well, you
Going
might not have to
through-
fight him. It's just we need to determine turn.
Yeah.
I got
Going
a
through enough
15.
shit as it is.
21.
So I got a 5.
4. See, I don't want to fight him.
Raven is very reluctant to fight him and got a 4. Now the first thing that you know, even before combat happens, because you're so familiar with Wayne facilities, is that it would be an acrobatics check, Robin, to like jump up to the ceiling, swing off one of the hanging pipes, and crash through the one of the grates in the ceiling and get into the air duct system, and you know then how to get up to the ceiling from there. So that's the first thing that is just free knowledge that you have. But Starfire, you go first.
Okay. Geez, what am I even gonna do here? I think I'm pretty undecided on like what my approach to this situation really is. I'm actually going to point at Robin, and I'm going to try the message spell again, and I'm going to just say, "Please, Robin, at least tell us where Beast Boy is. Is he alive?"
Oh no. At least let me see my son.
And then I am going to. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Do you respond, Robin?
Rob said, tries very silently whispering, "Captive."
So you do hear that as a response.
Okay.
All right. Is that all you're doing on your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Are you moving towards him at all?
No.
Okay. Robin, it's your turn.
So theoretically, could I grab the thing out of, the thing I'm trying to steal, and then do the acrobatics to get up to the ceiling?
I think bonus action, use an object interaction. You use your bonus action.
Okay, then I'm going to try and grab it and then vault into the ductwork. 18.
Now you're jumping from the ground. Yeah, so you jump up, and you grab one of the things from the ceiling and you swing into the grate, and you disappear into the ductwork stuff, and you start making your way through. It seems kind of obvious to you guys that he might be going to the ceiling.
Yeah. Has he already taken the object?
He grabbed it, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, Cyborg, it's your turn.
Oh, sweet. How far away is he from me?
Nowhere. He has full cover. He's in the ceiling ductwork.
Okay, I can't even see him and he can't see me.
No.
Lovely.
Roof.
Yeah. All right, I say to the roof.
All right, are you guys all heading to the roof?
Yeah. What's the quickest way to the roof?
Well, you guys can go. There's stairs.
All right.
The stairs for you guys. The stairs are quicker than the elevator.
I tap my heels together and boost up a long strider, and I start moving.
Okay.
By the way, I use this exact opportunity to that my rocket boots power up, and I just power walk up the stairs with rockets.
Like Shadow the
Cool.
Hedgehog.
Yes.
All right. Cool. So you're all going to the roof now.
So-
interestingly, I was just gonna say, interestingly, you are not inhibited by like go back for the item, like you know, or whatever, to fight them at this time.
So
So yeah.
as I start going up, I'm going to listen to see if I hear them receding to try and meet me at the roof. And if I hear
Okay.
that, I'm going to just turn back around, like stop, turn back around, and come back down and just drop back into the room.
Okay. Well, go ahead and give me a perception check to time that correctly.
Giving us the old
On your-
runaround.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
What a meme.
12.
Ooh. Okay.
So I definitely wouldn't like come down right away.
Not right away. You can wait a few minutes.
Especially if I hear Cyborg thumping away with his rocket boots
Right,
on.
yeah. I don't feel like the DC would be that hard. You come down, you drop down and look at the doorway just as you see the purple cloak of Raven disappear around the corner. They're heading to the stairs. So you're in that big room, in this big Wayne Enterprises room. It's one of the big green. It's a green facility essentially, which means that the main, which is representative of the fact that the device in question is being held in this room with the big circuit boards. It's not as advanced as a red facility, security facility, um but that there's like all around is like technology, is like reactive technology. Now you disabled some systems on the way up, but everything in this room is Wayne tech.
And when you say reactive technology,
Mhm.
what do you mean by that?
I mean, like a buzzsaw would have come out of the ground if you hadn't done certain things that you knew to do.
Okay.
But like, there's also information consoles and like system access consoles throughout the room.
I'm going to quickly go over to one of those
Mhm.
and see if there's anything like an EMP burst that I could get
So
very easily.
yeah,
Thinking
not
that
in this.
did I think about did I already think this?
Well,
I think I've already thought about this to hit his detonator.
Yeah, you did think about this, and he circumvented that attempt, and then he definitely, when he looked through your gadgets, just took all that. He did not let you keep those. Now, it's not so much like you open up a panel and there's a gun in the compartment. Like, it's like, or like, an EMP bomb. It's like there's system access to his system, your mentor. You can't message your friends with this console access.
But I can. Okay. I'm going to quickly go down. I don't think Slade can see me at all, yes?
Not at the moment. There aren't you would assume, based off of like the footage you've seen on the big screens in his hideout, that there are that he does seem to use like street cameras to watch like you when you go across like through town, but this is a closed facility. He doesn't have access to Wayne Enterprises surveillance systems. You're fairly confident of that. So while you're in here, he's blind. um and I'm mentioning all this to you because I did not expect you to go back in the room, and I'm just kind of like reiterating things since you have a moment in this room.
Do I have an idea of where I kind of know where I'm going back to, and Slade's being kept, right?
Yes, you know where his facility is.
Okay. So, and as a rogue, I have Thieves' Cant. Yes?
Yes.
Would that kind
correct.
of be a secret like an encoded thing that me and Batman might have used?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to quickly try and send the message to my mentor.
All right.
saying, Titans in danger, Beast Boy and I captive, nanoscopic probes in their blood, and then I give as close to the location as I can,
Mm-hmm.
and then I say, relay to Titans, let them know I'm sorry, and I send it, and then I leave the room.
Okay. All right. So basically, that's effectively what you try to communicate. You're like, Titan's in trouble. You say that, um, you basically say they've been compromised. You're like, Titan's compromised, nanoscopic probes in blood. Uh, Beast Boy's been captured. Relay message to Titans, and say that I'm sorry. All right, cool. So you guys, you guys run up to the roof. It's this big roof, and it has in like these big glowing like billboard sized letters on the roof the name Wayne. And then below that on the building, is the word Enterprises. But
Oh,
on
Wayne
the
Brady
roof,
works here.
um, you get up to the roof, and you guys do not see, Robin on the roof.
What do we do?
Oh no.
Where do we think he went? Like, okay, so he went up through the ducts, and we thought he was going to the roof, but he wasn't
Yeah.
there when we got there.
Yeah. I guess your assumption might be initially that maybe because he had a head start, got up to the roof and has jumped off on some end and is swinging around.
Yeah,
which you may be able to see him.
I guess I'll fly around the building to see if I can find him.
Right, you fly around the buildings nearby really fast. You don't see him swinging Spidey style around.
Perhaps he has turned invisible. Can anybody see the invisible? Is anyone else playing right now?
Cyborg is muted, and
I was muted, but I also just.
Oh, I am muted. All right. I say, wow, that makes a lot of sense. All right, he's got to get out of this place somewhere. I don't know if he's swinging around, but we could put somebody in the air and somebody down on the ground. Raven, are you able to detect where he could possibly be?
I can, however, isn't he here for a reason?
Yes,
so
but
why did he leave?
I don't know.
He already stole the object, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're trying to catch him on the getaway right now.
Oh, I didn't realize he stole the object.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I kind of tuned out after something about dildos.
That was a long time ago.
I tuned out of the details, I should say.
Okay. Yeah, so your detect creatures spell would work assuming he's still in or around the building. Because it
but I have to use a spell slot, don't I?
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that. So
what are we gonna do?
Fuck
That's
Robin.
Like, what are we gonna do? Are we just gonna let him steal, like keep stealing stuff?
I mean, was that asked in character or out of character?
That's out of character because that's not how Starfire talks.
Right, yeah. I mean, the problem that Raven is having is, I don't want to, she doesn't want to let him steal stuff, but she also doesn't want to, hurt him and put him in jail.
Yeah, no, that's legitimate.
I don't know that she really knows what to do. I think she's just kind of, also in her own way losing her mind.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the episode proper, when Starfire finally confronts Robin, she's just like, "Well, you're bad now. I guess I'll die." And so
Oh, jeez.
so like I don't really know. Like I feel kind of forced into a position of passivity a little bit here if we can't find him.
Right. I guess I guess Raven just just trying to think. I guess she'll survey the building. Like, the surrounding area. I don't know what she would do.
I so far I've flown around the building to see if I could find him, but he doesn't appear to be out here.
Well, go
Okay.
ahead and you guys go ahead. So if one of you, if some of you are flying around around the buildings, and if one of you is like looking to see if he doubled back and just came out the bottom of the building or somewhere like that, go ahead and make perception check.
I rolled a 17.
Okay, you got a 17 on your perception check. Robin, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
25.
Okay. You do not see Robin slip out of an unknown to you exit and disappear into the city. So, at least by mundane means, you're not sure exactly where he is right
I guess I'll use my spell.
now. Okay. You sense him. Well, I guess. Yeah. So you sense as you finally decide after looking around for a bit to cast the spell on the kind of edge of because Robin's fairly fast, kind of almost on the edge of your range, you detect him and the direction that he's going.
And once I know I'm clear, I'm going to action dash and bonus action dash.
Yeah.
I relay the direction to my teammate. I only have 2 spell slots, so I hate using them.
Wait,
Yeah.
you still only have 2?
But
I don't know. Do I have 3 yet, Joey?
I mean, I don't think that went up. Let me see.
but
You might
every
be right.
time we have like our traveling or something like that, I feel like you can get a short rest.
Yeah.
Nope. It's at 11th level that you get.
Yeah, I knew it was really stupid high that I get.
That's why
Yeah.
warlocks need short rests.
Yeah.
I am going to. So we found him, right?
Yeah. So she has locations, so you can tell the team on the communicators that you found him, that you have the trail.
We should trail him from a distance and discover where he is going.
Okay.
Is what I'm going to tell the group.
All right. So you can do that with him on your trail. Now, I don't think you'll outrun the group, Robin.
Probably
How yeah, you move like what if you're devoting key points to dashing?
90 plus 45 is 135.
Okay, so 135?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and they're very fast, and so they can definitely keep you within that 1,000-foot bit. Now, let's see the spell. The spell can't locate a creature if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path between you and the creature. I feel like that will inevitably happen as you venture into the sewers. But it will get you guys a lot closer than you've been to Slade's hideout.
Yeah, sewers. Gosh, is it too late to switch my items to the pipes of the sewers so I can control rats?
What the fuck? Rats find the Slade.
He's now rat catcher.
He's the rat lord. Yes, it is too late. As you are heading into the sewers, and you lose track of him. This is all assuming traveling across the city and doing things. It could take like an hour or some portion of that time. Cyborg,
Yes.
your emergency alert starts going off, like your high priority emergency alert, like one of the scenarios you wrote on the design, on the whiteboard when you were designing this system was like something on scale with like a meteor hitting the city. like in like 20 minutes, like you're like, holy fuck, like your whole body starts blinking red.
But I turn off my communicator and for a split second, and everybody just hears.
So well, so you guys are together, right?
Yes.
And, everyone sees, you guys see he starts blinking red. You immediately check to see what the emergency thing is, because
Yes.
it's relayed from the sensors to the tower, and you immediately notice that this is just a basic email.
Okay.
And you go, what the hell? Is that a malfunction? You immediately run a self-diagnostic. This all happens in like the span of like a maybe a minute max, right? Where like Cyborg just stops moving and like blinks red and then checks his arm.
Gosh.
And then tunes out for a second.
This better
You run
not,
a self-diag.
This better not be the insurance company finally figuring out if I wanted to renew my auto insurance.
You immediately run a self-diagnostic and you realize that for 0.2 seconds you were hacked. So that an email wouldn't give you a normal email notification, it would give the highest level of security alert to raise your awareness to it. And the email, despite your is open when you open the panel, despite that not being the order of things. You need to open the thing.
Yes.
So you're like, is this the most bullshit like highly sophisticated phishing scam in the world?
Oh, you better bet that I am going to retro hack and try and figure out how this was done, and so I can replicate it. But
right, for sure, it is Da Vinci level genius. You're like, what the hell? You look at the email, which is open, and it says it has a coordinates in it. It has relative coordinates in it. It lists that they are relative coordinates.
Okay.
It gives you a search pattern grid, which is highly sophisticated. And it it relays it says, I have been made aware of your situation by Robin. He relays the message that he is sorry and that Beast Boy is in captivity. It also has but then as you're looking at it, another, well, no, actually at the bottom,
I was like, this is the most important information.
No, it says, oh no, yeah, duh. It says also, it also includes text specifications. It says, you have been compromised. And it lists it's like, you have been compromised by nanoscopic probes. It says, search on this radio frequency.
That was your PS?
And I was like, Batman's slipping.
No. That's in the main. No. That is me. That is Joey, the DM, slipping. It is not in the PS. That's in the main thing.
Yes,
the thing
you've
in
been
the
infected by nanobots.
Shut up. The thing in the actual PS is do you require additional assets?
Question mark. Honestly, I don't think we do right now. I mean, we need to go down this lead before we know if we do.
Right. You can reply to the email at whatever.
Email's not signed, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
No, it is not signed. It doesn't, like, it has some absolute random numbers as like the email address.
I
It is
I immediately set up a quick command word so I could do it on the fly that would send an email back
Mhm.
that says yes and gives our current coordinates, but I do not send that.
Okay, sounds good.
So I say, Titans, let's get back to the tower.
Wait, I thought we were following Robin.
Do you really think we're gonna find him?
Yeah, he's right there. Like, wait, sorry, this is Paul's voice. Like, we literally were keeping him in eyesight and following him.
Oh,
right
okay.
now, right?
Well, you wouldn't do eyesight because Robin would notice you.
Oh,
Right?
right.
You
Raven.
could keep him. Yeah, you could keep him within 1,000 feet and reliably track him until you hit the sewers and water started being a problem.
I
Okay.
say, look, if well, we keep on following as we're having this discussion, but I say, look, he doesn't want to be found, and it's probably for a reason. And if we are able to talk with him again, he's probably going to give us the same result. We have a new lead. I think we should take it.
So
Okay.
you, now knowing what you're dealing with too, you,
Yeah, does he know what the
Cyborg.
nanobots are?
Well, you just start thinking about like MIT studies and things you've heard on nanoprobes and like military potential for them.
Mhm.
You know that the U.S. government has been interested. You keep appraised of all the highest
Right.
level like tech talk, and you go that you know that officially they're just supposed to be like theoretical. There's just supposed to be theoretical like medical application if they existed, but you know that when that is said that that's bullshit and that there is probably already a military application.
Yeah, but yep. I say double down and I say what's in this email is probably at some level what's keeping us from getting our friends. It's if we want to rush forward and try and confront him right now, Starfire, we could, but I don't think we should spend much more time on this.
Yeah, I go along with that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, all right.
Well, I mean, I could. How fast is my hand crawl?
Well, you could send it to those to do that search pattern grid while you're gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could send it to follow Robin and see if it could at least
Mm-hmm.
do something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
the search pattern grid's a completely different thing, but which might help. Okay, well that's probably not productive because my hand probably can't keep up with Robin.
Well, you can't keep up with Robin, but you were given a general coordinates,
Right.
and you were given a search pattern grid to try to find something within said coordinates.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Titans. Let's break off the search.
Beast Boy, you've since recovered and you've wandered back out, and you see Slade sitting in a big metal throne that he's installed, and he's watching footage on the big screens of well, I guess that didn't happen. He's watching footage on the big screens of he's watching footage on the big screens. He sees Robin go into the building. The Titans the Titans go into the building. The Titans come out on the roof and then start looking around, and it keeps like like fast forwarding it. He's fast forwarding it and rewinding it and fast forwarding it and stuff. And so in rewind or in fast forwarded speed, you see Robin go into the building, the team go into the building, the team go out of the roof of the building, and then Robin like exit out of a side door and slip into the hallways, and then the team converse, and then the team run off in a direction. And he goes, interesting. My apprentice is progressing even faster than I had hoped. All he needed was a little motivation. And then just with his passive stealth, you realize that Robin is back, Beast Boy.
Oh.
And Robin, Slade seemed preoccupied with this footage of your endeavor. And he's sitting in this throne. How do you want to utilize that, if at all?
Let me think.
Well, I mean, Robin, because
Oh,
like you
Robin.
suddenly notice that Robin is there. Robin has basically, almost without even intending, snuck into the situation. Like, he snuck past you. He might have snuck past Slade. Who knows? But like, Robin, because Slade is doing something right now.
I'm gonna aim
So,
the
like-
laser right at his hand, right at his gauntlet.
Okay. Well, thankfully, the alert feat means that he can't be surprised.
Dang it!
Otherwise, holy fuck.
Please just blow off his arm.
But you fire.
That was definitely not the plan, but no,
So-
of course not.
You step up and you lift the laser. The fascinating thing is the laser had been broken by Raven in the fight, but that fight didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So you still have the laser. And you aim the laser and it starts to glow with that red light. And you think you're at an angle where he wouldn't see it, but he just immediately stands up and turns back and looks at you. And he says, do you fire?
Yeah, I fired. I still try and hit
Alright.
his hand.
Okay, well, with that, you know, you don't get surprise on him or anything. Go ahead and roll a ranged attack.
14.
He dodges out of the way, and then he runs. He dodges out of the way, and he just looks at you as he looks at the smoldering pile that was his throne, and then he looks back at you. He goes, "Robin, that was vicious, dishonorable, and ruthless. Excellent work. You're becoming more like me every second." And he squares off like he's ready to entertain your attempt to take him down. And with that, I think that's where we will end this episode of Teen Titans Roll.
Wow! Yay! Woohoo!
Dang alert feet.
I know.
Well,
I forgot he had that too. I was like,
Well, all
I
right,
wonder if I could
Robin.
just blast his hand
I
off.
mean, it's not inappropriate. I do like it. You don't know that in game.
yeah, it was good.
But
Jeez.
yeah, very much, very good.
Well,
Poggers.
that was lit,
All
fam.
right. That was lit.
Good game.
That was pretty crazy. I thought
session,
lit
guys.
vibe.
The vibes were good.
The
I thought
vibes
everyone
were
was
good.
pretty on. I thought everyone was pretty on point with role playing too.
Yay! I'm glad we all have Paul's approval.
So what?
Jesus
Like
Christ,
genuinely,
Cyborg.
actually, not even sarcasm. I'm happy that that's the case.
All right, how many T-shirt
Very good.
designs do we have now? We have Jesus Christ Cyborg. What were the old ones?
Oh, the old ones were like, "Can't talk, I'm a dog."
Yeah, still my favorite one, I think.
Lock
Wait,
his
there
soul
was-
in a
was
ring
it
and make
stop-
him into a robot.
Stop talking about your sack, or what was it?
Yeah, shut the fuck up about your sack.
Oh,
Good
good shit.
man.
Good shit.
Mhm.
No, but I just mean usually one or two players end up like sort of dominating like the roleplay portion, just because of like the way things are aligned. But I feel like in this episode, pretty much everybody had like some good moments.
Yeah, I agree. Very good.
The hardest part about playing Raven is not having her like be emotional because she literally can't. She can't
Make
have
her
like
emotional, make her
responses
emotional.
to things.
Right. Yeah, but also like making her like, but also she holds that back because for reasons, right?
Yeah.
But then there's a little bit of acting that is done that lets emotions bleed through an intentionally unemotional person, then you have to emulate that. Like that's definitely a role that's very complex.
It's very
So
hard.
I definitely appreciate your work in that.
Thank you.
Everybody give a 3-minute compliment to Joey for DMing this whole game for us.
He's been amazing.
He does other voices.
He does other voice.
He does great Slade voice, even though he sounds like a pedophile.
I mean, isn't that how he's supposed to sound?
Exactly. It's
Right.
perfect.
Compliment Joey, your pedophile voice, immaculate.
Chef's kiss. I'm actually semi-surprised I'm still, like, as awake as I am right now.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, Paul. Guess what my year basically started with?
What'd your year start with?
My boss quit.
Nice.
Just they tried putting on her on a performance enhancement plan, and she's like, "Nah, I quit."
What in the ever loving hell is a performance enhancement plan?
So it's not an enhancement.